This is day 12 of building a 10K a month business while working a 9 to 5. Hey everyone, it's a Sunday, it's the 5th of July, and I'm proud to say that I've done a couple of things today. And if you don't know me, if you're watching this sort of for the first time, you know, pause on this screen, you can get a quick view of what I'm doing, who I am, and really the journey we've been on. So here's a bit of a roadmap on what we've done, and I think also where we're going. Obviously, that's going to change, but you can pause, get a quick snapshot of what we're doing and where we're going. Then the numbers, obviously, there's still a lot of zeros, and really my focus for today was it was actually to build the website and to get the domain. But I mean, I got so caught up in other things, which I think are actually better. I think they're really the things that drive the needle. What I was about to do was to build the delivery roadmap. So I always think in my head, if I reach out to clients and I get one client to say yes, what does that process look like after, they've said yes, what do I give them? What meetings do I set? What does the roadmap look like up until the point where they actually receive value? And when I started with that, I quickly realized that I don't know my ICP good enough. So ICP is just ideal client profile. It's basically the people I want to sell to, which are home renovators. And what I also realized is to really know your ICP, you need to know their ICP because you're going to market for your client, but essentially you're going to speak to their client because you're marketing for them. And that's really what I've been doing today is to see what are the problems my client have and also what are the problems their clients have. So this is the in progress snapshot of what I was doing. And then the set schedule for the following week is just, to literally block time out in my Google Calendar. If you watch yesterday's video, you know that, I'm struggling to set time aside. And there's so many interruptions in your week where you think, oh, well, tonight I'm going to spend 3-4 hours a day working on the business, and then something comes up. So it's really setting the time and committing to it. And I think not to be overly aggressive, especially in the start, because I mean, there's so many people around you in your environment which are not on the same wavelength you're at. And I mean, it's that's just how it is. Not a fault on their side. Sometimes you just dive into something you think of beginning anything, and some people think maybe it's not that serious, and they have all the right to think that because I've probably started a couple of things in the past which hasn't succeeded, and I mean it's fine for them to actually think that. So it's really in the beginning where I am now. I mean I'm on day 12 to just to set the expectation for the people around you. So enough said with that. So I'm gonna quickly show you the two Excel files that I've created, which I think will help me better understand who I'm selling to and who they are selling to. Okay, so this is the pain points swipe file. So it's really normally I would go onto Facebook Marketplace or a subreddit and go and see what are the complaints my client has, which are home remodelers, and what are the complaints their clients have, which are obviously the homeowners. What's really cool about Claude, it can go and if you give it a good prompt and you say, this is actually what I want to do, it can go and create that list and you can get a very quick overview and snapshot of the pain points where normally you would have gone and just scoured Facebook groups, subreddits to actually find what are these people struggling with, what are their pains. You can take a pause on this page and just to see what are the pains that actually surfaced. Also, here's the remodeler pains. And just a bit of an explanation for myself because I really need to start understanding the niche. So even though I see these pains, I might think, oh, it's a pain because of this. Well, maybe it's not. So I just asked ChatGPT or Claude to just give me a brief explanation of why this is a pain and where it's coming from. If you know So if you haven't read this book, go and read this book. This is like a masterclass on sales, on marketing, on just getting people's attention. So go and read this book. And what Sabri Suby explains in the book is that when, for example, when you market on Facebook, there's four categories of people on Facebook. So there's the people that want to buy now, like they are in the market to buy the service of home remodeling or really anything. And then there's the people that are just like in information gathering mode. And then, you have the people that are problem aware, but they're not ready to like fully commit. And then the 60% of people are just like not problem aware. They don't know. I mean, maybe they're even trying to sell their house, but they haven't even looked at a remodeler and they don't know it's going to increase the property value. Obviously, they do. They don't see the importance of it. So, what Sabri explains in his book is to market to all four categories. I think what a lot of marketing agencies do is they only go for the top 3%. And I mean, essentially, that's like a bloodbath. If you can funnel the 60%, the 20%, the 17%, all the way to getting them to realize, okay, cool, I'm in the market now. Who do you think they're going to go through? They're going to go to the person or to the company that's given them the right information to move them up a level to the point where they're ready to buy. Then you're there. I think it's really also the strategy that Alex Ramosi does. He puts out a lot of free content. I was in this stage of not even realizing I need, for example, someone to help me out with a business. But now that I do, who's the first person I go to? It's the guy who's put out the free content, who's helped you in that stage where you weren't even problem aware. So it's really that type of funnel.